Hello friends, in this session we will try to identify the types of big data. Basically, there are three types of big data. The first one is structured, the second one is semi-structured, and the third one is unstructured big data. Let us try to identify with examples these types of data. First of all, we will try to identify structured data. If you are observing SQL Server or Oracle database or Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Access, or many other applications of such kind are belonging to the structured data. What exactly is the meaning of keyword structured? Structure is a keyword in terms of database or in terms of big data. It belongs to the architecture of tables which are there or schema which are there in the database. In relational database specifically, there is a structure of tuples and attributes. The rows are called as tuples and the columns are called as attributes. And each and every tuple should have at least one attribute. It can be filled or it can be empty. But this particular structure gives some kind of tabular format to your data. If you are taking into consideration Excel sheet or SQL database table, you will identify what exactly is the idea of structured data. There are some advantages of structured data. Whenever we are storing anything in the structured data, it is getting organized in a very well manner. Whenever we are going to search something, at that time we can fire SQL like queries and we can drag the data very easily. But whenever the point comes for the discussion of big data, somewhere structured data is not that much useful. No doubt that big data can be formatted in terms of structured architecture, but there are heterogeneous data types as well as random variables or random amount of data is getting generated in big data. That's why less amount of usage of structured data like Excel sheets or Microsoft Access is done in big data types. There are some applications where structured data is required. In big data, there is one more type, that is unstructured data. Now, if you are observing the applications like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all these are taking into consideration the unstructured data. Now, what is the meaning of unstructured data here? Let us take an example. Consider there is a Facebook post. Now, the number of people who are doing comment, like, and share on that post, that is formatted as a unstructured data. Whenever that specific post is being shared at the backend, that means in the database, it is stored in terms of NoSQL, or it is stored specifically as unrelational database. Now, unrelational or non-relational database is having a specific structure of collections, documents, and fields. If you are comparing unstructured data with structured data, as we have already discussed, the structured data is having tables which includes tuples and attributes, that means rows and columns. There are no rows and columns in unstructured data. Instead of that, the table in unstructured data is called as a collection. The tuples in unstructured data are called as document, and the attributes in unstructured data are called as fields. As we were discussing the example of Facebook post, whenever some person is doing a Facebook post, that is stored as a document, and that document is having multiple attributes, those attributes which are called specifically as a fields. Those fields are likes, comments, and share. Now every post doesn't have similar number of likes, shares, or comments. So this data is heterogeneous. Now whenever we are going to store all this content at the backend, it will be very difficult to share all the posts in terms of Excel sheet because the attributes which will be there for every tuple will be different. That's why the posts which are being done on Facebook, they are stored as a non-relational database in unstructured way. Similar format is used by Instagram as well as by Twitter. Whenever somebody is doing a tweet and if we are doing a retweet of that, at that time we are just sharing the key of that particular original tweet. The original tweet is available on the initiator's account, but whenever we are retweeting it, we are just linking our account number with that particular original tweet, so that the amount of data which is getting generated, that should be less. If you are observing, the unstructured data doesn't have any kind of specific format. Even if you are taking into consideration the YouTube videos, the length of every YouTube video is different. The number of comments, the number of likes, the number of shares on any YouTube video are different. So whenever YouTube is going to do backend analytics or Facebook and Twitter are going to do backend analytics of daily data, at that time it will become very difficult for them if that amount of data is stored in a structured format. That's why their backends are having unstructured database. As well as there are basically two categories in unstructured data. The first type belongs to the batch processing of the data, and the second type belongs to the stream processing of the data. Batch processing is done on the data which is already stored, and stream processing is done on the live data. If you're sharing some post which is already done by someone, which is already posted by someone, that means you are getting the content from the batch processed data. But whenever you are logged into the Facebook Live or YouTube Live, at that time you are dealing with the stream data, that is live. So this is all about unstructured data. There is one more type of big data type, or there is one more format of big data type, that is semi-structured data. Now semi-structured data is having some examples. If you are observing, e-commerce companies are most probably using semi-structured data. There are two categories of semi-structured data. The first one is XML and the second one is JSON. Both of these documents are semi-structured. Even the email format is also semi-structured data. We will take a classical example of two e-commerce companies, Flipkart and Amazon. If you are observing in Amazon account or in your Flipkart account, they will show how many orders you have given in the history. That means they are giving the order history or purchase history. Now, if we are trying to record the purchase history in the format of Excel sheet or in the format of Microsoft Access, that will become very, very difficult, because consider if I am a Flipkart user or Amazon user, I might have purchased 10 products and you might have purchased 100 products. Now, my user ID will be the tuple, but there will be 10 attributes for that and 100 attributes will be there for your user ID. In that case, wastage of storage will be there if you are using structured data here. But instead of that, for storing the purchase history, if we are using the JSON file, in that case, we can store the data in unstructured way. That means my document will be having 10 fields and your document will be having 100 fields. Because of that, as and when we are increasing the purchase, the number of fields or the number of attributes will get increased. So this is the format of semi-structured data. So in this lecture, we have covered three big data types. The first one is structured, second one is unstructured, and the third one is semi-structured. Thank you.